I'm gonna just take it from here. What a UFC. What a UFC.
Hold on. Don't ever cut my off.
Okay. You just... Alright, I don't know what to say anymore, but what a UFC. UFC 316, you know. Donald Trump in the house. Legend. You know what I mean?
He's been there since early prelims?
That's what I heard. But he probably watching in the back in the early prelims. There's no way he's sitting down from the early prelim. Let's be honest.
That's some dedication. That's a true fan. That's a true fan.
You know, first of all, I stay away from the politics, right? But you know, all these fighters just mean like first, some of these fighters talking smack about Donald Trump. Now all of them want to meet him like he's his best friend.
Well, I guess that's the kind of happened in the U.S. too. A lot of people hated him in the beginning, but now I guess he's gained like a large fan base, and most people are happy with him. I'm assuming because clearly the tides have shifted to that.
Anyways, we'll stick to UFC.
Yeah.
But he always gets a loudest ovation.
Yeah.
He's like a legend everywhere he goes.
Yeah, he is.
No Elon Musk on his corner. We're gonna stay away from politics though. Usually Elon Musk is there with him.
You keep bringing it up. You're like, we're gonna stay away.
Everyone knows what I'm talking about. Elon Musk is, and him been, not in the best terms lately. But yeah, first fight. Oh, I was awful in my picks today. So if you followed me, you might have lost a lot of money.
I told you.
Yeah.
I was pretty good in my picks.
I think I was 1 for 5 or 1 for 4 or something like that.
Well, we were both wrong right off the bat because we chose Vicente Luque or
Vicente. See, I told you you've been correct.
It's Vicente, bro.
You've been correcting me. It's Vicente.
I'm telling you, it's Vicente. You got American announcers that can't pronounce names saying that. But whatever, Vicente Luque versus Kevin Holland. We were both wrong on that. We both chose Luque, and we were... I don't know. I guess Holland's starting to take it more seriously, and I'm starting to believe in him a bit more. He won with the Darce choke.
Yeah, or like he called it a black man choke.
Oh, yeah.
Like he said...
No, dark man choke.
Dark man choke. Yeah. He was winning the whole fight pretty much.
Yeah.
He's beating him on the feet. He has a good jiu-jitsu that no one respects. Like, people don't give him enough respect for, I mean. Yeah. It was a good fight. Excellent fight.
Yeah, and it's a good thing he wants to stay at welterweight. I think that's the weight class he needs to stay at. He's too small for middleweight. He can't handle middleweight.
Yeah.
So welterweight, I think, is a good fit for him. He's big for it. He's strong enough for it. He won't just get knocked out. And he's got a good ground game, as he says, and he's showing it.
Yeah, to beat Holland, you need the size, and like the people that beat him, like Chimaev, they're bigger and they just take him down.
Yeah.
So he needs to stick to a lighter weight class.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's great. Let's see if he can make a run at welterweight. You never know.
The next fight, hold on. The next fight is Mario Batista and a mix.
See? Patchy
mix. Here's the thing, though. That's why I took it from you. Someone posted a video on this on social media, how the fight went. Patchy Mix was doing absolutely nothing. He literally did nothing and just kept eating punches.
We both chose Patchy Mix.
It was a mistake.
Because we saw him beat a Magomedov in the Bellator. But like I was telling you, the UFC is a whole new level. And you're like, no, that's what all the people say. You were saying something like that last episode.
Yeah, well, then you'll find out later in the card that you were wrong about that.
He was a Bellator champion. Came in the UFC.
He didn't even fight.
You see, you gave him a top 10 opponent, and he got whooped.
Yeah, it was a terrible fight.
One judge gave him a round. That judge lost his mind. It was 30-27, but one judge gave a 1 round to. He didn't do anything. He didn't do much.
There's no way one judge gave him.
He didn't do much.
Ridiculous.
He needs to go back to the drawing board. I think he was a Bellator champion, but I think he couldn't take the UFC pressure. It's a whole new pressure to get the UFC.
It is different, yeah.
I know you're going to say what happened later on in the next fight.
There you go.
That was also, but like, that's a generational talent. There's obviously some talents that come. Just look at Ryan Bader, the easiest fight in the division.
Yeah.
Right? He couldn't be a UFC champion.
Yeah.
He's a two-weight champion. He's not even the size of a heavyweight. He was a two-weight champion in Bellator.
Yeah, that's true. No, there are levels to it, and UFC is the highest level. I think the only one that can match UFC is One Championship, because One Championship has some really good fighters there. But and according to Mighty Mouse as well, they're really good fighters down there. And we'll take Mighty Mouse's word for it. But Bellator, I don't think so. Anyways, moving on, we got Joe Pyfer and Kevin Gastelum. Unanimous decision win by Joe Pyfer. But this fight, after the first round, Joe Pyfer dominated.
Yeah.
And it looked like he could have finished him. But then Kevin Gastelum did come back, and this was actually a pretty close fight.
No, it wasn't.
It was a pretty close fight. Like you could,
it was 30-27. Some judge gave him a 29-28.
I think it was closer than it seemed.
See, he was getting hurt so bad in the first round that he had a decent round, and people thought it was like a good
Here's
round.
the thing, though. If it's a 10-8 in the first round, yeah, then it's not a close fight.
But Joe Pyfer just gotta stop throwing as Joe Rogan and them kept saying, he's just looking for the one shot to knock him out. You can't knock out Gastelum with one shot.
Yeah, I told you. See, I was right about this. We were both right about the pick, but you said he's gonna knock him out. I said Gastelum going decision because he's got a chin.
Yeah, this was my only fight I predicted right.
Yeah, but I predicted this one right based on is going to go decision. So we're both wrong in the first two because we both chose Luque and Mix.
Yeah.
But we're right in this. But I said it's going to go decision because Kevin Gastelum can take a beating. He really can.
Let me take it over before you.
And like you said, he needed to mix it up more. He needed to throw some more kicks, some takedowns. Probably clinch because he's bigger than him. He seemed like he was much bigger and stronger than him, so you could have pushed him against the cage, them dirty boxing, throw some inside elbows, something like that. He did nothing but wait for that one punch, and that's why he didn't finish the fight.
Yeah. Anyways, let's go to the co-main event. I had to take it from you because Kayla Harrison is an absolute beast.
Yeah.
Took her down, dominated her, vicious ground and pound, finished vicious elbows for a little bit, and finished her with what was the submission called again? Finished her with she tapped her out.
With the Kimura.
Yeah, Kimura.
Yeah.
With like 5 seconds left.
Yeah.
Her arm was about to break. People like, oh, she shouldn't have given up. Of course she should give up.
Yeah, of course she should.
Her arm would break.
Yeah.
A second, I'm going to give it to you just now. Second, Juliana Pena is the most overrated fighter of all time.
Here's the thing.
She got no skill.
No, but that's okay. Yeah, I know. First of all, you were saying there are levels to this, and you chose Juliana Pena to win because you said she's the UFC champion.
I didn't realize that she's this trash.
Juliana Pena doesn't have the skill. She really doesn't. She lacks a lot of... Her striking is horrendous.
Her wrestling is not good enough to take down a high-level fighter.
The thing with Juliana Pena is she's a grinding type of fighter.
Yeah,
but it's hard to grind out someone like Kayla Harrison, who's far more skilled than you. And Kayla Harrison's been doing judo since a young age. Isn't she Olympic champion?
2-time gold
Yeah,
champion.
exactly. Gold medalist in judo. We already seen when Ronda Rousey came in with judo how dominant she was. And Kayla Harrison is better than Ronda Rousey in every form of the sport, especially in the striking department.
Pick too. Like Mike Brown said, the legendary Mike Brown UFC fighter, he's like he likes to watch women fighters based on a Kayla Harrison type of skill level, not Juliana Pena. I was wondering
Matt Brown?
Matt Brown.
Yeah,
what was I saying?
Mike Brown. I'm like, who's Mike Brown?
Matt Brown. And I was thinking, I'm like, nah, Juliana Pena's pretty good. But then after this fight, it made me question it.
Yeah.
I also thought she lost to Pennington. Pennington's a skillful fighter too. Pennington, I think, needs a rematch.
I think that's the next fight that needs to happen.
No, the
Juliana
next
Pena. No. Next fight must be Amanda Nunes and Kayla Harrison.
See, you left for that quick minute. She called Amanda Nunes to the octagon. You left for that.
Oh, I didn't see that.
See, you're going to get pizza.
Oh my God! Yeah, I have to eat.
That's the problem. You're always eating. She called Amanda Nunes to the octagon, and that's going to be the next fight because Amanda Nunes is returning.
Yeah,
and that's going to be probably the biggest fight in women's history in the past probably like few years.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to the main event. I really like Sean O'Malley, and I said in this podcast before when we were predicting, I want him to win, but he doesn't have what it takes to beat Merab. Merab is a once-in-a-lifetime generational talent. He's like a Habib. He really is. He's a grinding type of fighter. He grinds you out, and now he's starting to finish. His striking is getting much better, and he got a north-south choke on him. It's unbelievable that he got that. And he's like, I don't even know the name of the choke when they asked him. He's like, but I was practicing it in jiu-jitsu.
It's like a Darce choke, but like a mix with something else. But yeah, Merab is just too good. I did choose Sean O'Malley here. I thought he was going to knock him out, but that pressure is too much. How can you knock something? You have to land a lucky punch to beat Merab.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't care about getting like takedown percentage wise. He just does 20 takedowns and get one.
That's what I was saying. He's going to have to be like how he knocked out Aljamain Sterling. That's the only chance he has to beat Merab. Something like that. But anyways, I don't know what's next for Sean O'Malley. I think he needs to fight a few more fights, work his way back up. But I don't see anyone beating Merab other than possibly Umar.
They're doing Corey Sandhagen apparently next. That'll be a good fight too because Corey Sandhagen has great jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
So he can fight off the back a little better. But I don't think anyone's beating Merab. I think Merab was injured in the Umar fight, as they're saying Umar's injured. I think Merab will dominate Umar next fight too. Anyways, it was a great card. Thank you for listening, and we'll tune into our next episode.